You ever wonder how a story can take something so simple like a locked door and turn it into the source of a complete nightmare? Well, today we're going to dive into a short story called The Laboratory Secret to figure out exactly how authors build that incredible suspense and keep us right on the edge of our seats. Let's break down the secret. It all starts right here, with this one little thought from our main character, Mia. Now, this isn't just some random question, right? It's the tiny seed from which the entire mystery grows. The author immediately puts us inside her head, so we're forced to see the world only through her curious and pretty soon very suspicious eyes. All right, so let's set the stage here. The author kicks things off by building this whole world around one central secret, and it all revolves around Mia's father. And what's so clever about this is just how simple these facts are. I mean, a lab, a locked door, and this super vague explanation of work. On their own, they're nothing, really. But you put them together? Oh man, that is the perfect foundation for a child's imagination to just run wild. Secrecy is the fuel for this entire story. So, the mystery is set. Now the author throws us our first real piece of evidence. But here's the thing, and this is absolutely crucial. This clue is filtered entirely through Mia's perception. So just picture this, right? Mia, all alone in the hallway, just standing outside this forbidden room. The story really slows down at this point. You can feel it, building this moment of pure anticipation. What is she going to find? What's she going to hear? And boom, there it is, the key piece of the whole puzzle. But notice the wording. It sounded like an evil laugh. That's not a fact. It's completely Mia's interpretation. But because we're stuck in her shoes, her interpretation becomes our reality. The author makes sure that if that noise scares her, well, now it scares us too. So, Mia is terrified, obviously. But just being scared doesn't always push a story forward, does it? So the author brings in a new character, Liz, and she's basically the catalyst, the spark that turns all that fear into a really risky plan. This comparison is just perfect. It tells us everything we need to know. Mia is seeing this as a total horror movie, but Liz, she sees a fun adventure. It's that dynamic, that push and pull, that finally gives Mia the courage to do something. Liz's excitement just kind of bulldozers Mia's fear, and suddenly they're not just two kids anymore. They're investigators on a mission. And here it is, the moment every great suspense story has to have, the opportunity. It's just a simple mistake. Her dad heads out for dinner and forgets to lock the door. The one barrier holding them back is gone, and bam, the tension just shoots through the roof. There's no way they're turning back now.
Okay, so they're in, it's dark. And now every single little detail they come across is designed to confirm Mia's absolute worst fears.
So think about how these clues are just stacked on top of each other. First, you've got them walking carefully down the stairs. That creates that physical tension. Then wham, the smell of strange chemicals kicks in, adding to the mystery. And finally, that laugh comes back, but this time it's even worse. From Mia's point of view, these aren't just random things happening. No way. This is solid proof that her dad is creating something terrible.
And that question right there, that is the absolute peak of the suspense. It's the ultimate fear that Mia has been building toward this whole time. All the clues, the locked door, the laugh, the smells, have all led her to this one single terrifying conclusion. And in that moment of pure panic, she does the only thing she can think of. She screams.
And just like that, the lights flick on and everything changes. The suspense is over. So now we get to shift gears. We can stop experiencing the story and start to understand how it was actually put together. This is where we learn the author's real secret. I mean, listen to that accusation. It's so powerful. Mia confronts her dad with the reality that she has built entirely in her own head. She's not just scared anymore. She is 100% certain a monster exists and her father is responsible. And this right here illustrates the twist so perfectly. An evil monster versus a pretty doll. With that one reveal, every single clue gets a complete do-over. The strange chemicals were probably just paint. The locked door was to keep the surprise. And that evil laugh, yeah, probably just the doll's recorded voice, which suddenly doesn't sound so evil anymore. It all makes perfect, totally innocent sense. So the big question is, how in the world did the author pull this off? Well, they used a really powerful technique called limited perspective. The entire story is basically a trick of information. We were completely trapped inside Mia's head, only seeing what she saw, only knowing what she knew. We didn't have all the facts, so what did we do? We filled in the blanks with fear, just like she did. So there you have it, the secret formula for suspense, broken down into 4 simple steps. First, create a mystery. Second, drop in ambiguous clues, details that can be interpreted in a bunch of different ways. Third, and this is the most crucial step, you limit the audience's viewpoint so they have to guess. And finally, you reveal the truth in a way that makes all those scary clues seem obvious in hindsight. It's an incredibly effective blueprint. And that really brings us to our final thought. Because this isn't just a literary device, it's a reflection of how our own minds work. We all operate from a limited perspective, constantly filling in the blanks with our own assumptions and our own fears. So the next time you encounter a mystery, it's worth asking yourself, are you seeing a monster or are you just seeing a birthday doll you don't have the full story on yet?